Tesla just hit a 52-week low and its stock is down 47% year to date. And even if we were never interested in this company, we all heard that it is massively overvalued. So now that it is basically half that price, is it a buy? First, we have to understand what is Tesla and what Tesla is not. Their business is divided into few components. When we buy Tesla, we own a company that produces electric vehicles, which are leaders at self-driving capabilities. And Tesla also makes solar roofs, power walls and battery storage on a massive scale. And it is planning to create a humanoid robots market. But some people justify their investment in Tesla by saying that they will colonize Mars and build tunnels under LA and bring internet to every part of the world. And that is just not true. Elon Musk probably will do all those things, but with different companies. SpaceX makes space rockets and communication satellites, which make up Starlink. Boring Company makes tunnels, and Neuralink tries to connect our brains directly to the internet. So now that we establish what Tesla does, let's take a look at their Q3 financial results. Revenue is up by 56% year over year. So that is really impressive, even though analysts expected a revenue of 21.9 billion, so Tesla was little short of expectations. Net income is up by an incredible 101%. That means that they had to cut a lot of costs to get such an income with such a revenue. They definitely got their margins up. Cash and cash equivalents is up by 31% from over 16 billion to over $21 billion. And the long-term debt is down from $6.4 billion to just over $2 billion. So that is a very positive trend. Okay, so in this short time horizon, everything is looking rather nice. So now let's take a look at the big picture and broaden our time horizon to analyze Tesla. First, let's take a look at the investors. Insider ownership. That is a check. Individual investors own 16.4%. And Elon Musk, with an official title of Techno King of Tesla, owns 14.84% of the company. And his shares are currently worth around $96.4 billion. Insider buying, that is an X. They are selling on a big scale. From November 2021 till the beginning of August 2022, Elon Musk and Kimball Musk, Elon's brother, sold almost 68.5 million shares worth over $21 billion. Okay, super investors, that is a check. But there is only one super investor that owns the shares of Tesla, and that is David Katz. Tesla makes 0.09% of his portfolio, so it is not a very significant bet. And super investors buying, that is an X. David Katz reduced his position by almost 10% in Q2 2022. Okay, so we know a little bit about the company and people invested in it. So now let's take a look at the financial health of Tesla. Return on invested capital, that is an X. The return is minus 7.4%. And in the last 2 years, it was positive 2.4% in 2020 and 14% in 2021. But before that, it was negative. Okay, and free cash flow growth, that is a check. growth is at around 92% in the last 3 years. But why only 3 years? Because before that it was almost always negative. And in 2017, which was only 5 years ago, they had a free cash flow of minus $4 billion. Okay, and net profit margin, that is a check. It is 14.2%. It is lower than 15.7% of Mercedes-Benz or 14.6% of BMW. But it is higher than Toyota, 8.4%, General Motors, 6.6%, or Ford, 7.9%. So Tesla is getting a healthy margin. And shares buyback, that is an X. They issued 94.6% more shares. So they almost doubled the number of shares. If you owned 1% of Tesla 10 years ago, now you would own 0.51%. So just by issuing shares, the shareholders lost almost half of their money. And the debt, that is a check. They could pay their debt in around 2 months with their current free cash flow. So they have no issues concerning debt. And is Tesla paying a dividend? That is an X. No, Tesla is not paying any dividends at the moment, and it is understandable for a company that is growing, that is trying to get into new markets, and that is innovating so much. Okay, so let's try to value Tesla using a discounted cash flow formula. The current PE ratio for Tesla is 74.5. So just by looking at that, we can see that Tesla is pretty expensive, especially if we compare it to other automakers such as Toyota with a PE of 10 or Ford with a PE of 4. But let's estimate the growth of Tesla for the next 10 years and see what is the intrinsic value. And we will make 3 scenarios: low, medium, and a high one. First, the low scenario. Overall, global car sales are expected to grow, but an annual growth rate is expected to drop from 3.6% over the last 5 years to around 2% by 2030. So let's say that Tesla will do 5 times better than the average. For the first 5 years, we can estimate a growth of 15% and then 10%. In the median scenario, let's double that. 30% for the first 5 years and 20% for another 5 years. And now the high scenario, in which we will use an estimate of Elon Musk. He believes that the growth of 50% is very probable in the next year. So let's take that growth estimate for the next 5 years and then slow it down to 30%, which would still be absolutely incredible. And an intrinsic value is $85 in the low scenario, $2,002 in the medium, and $554 in the high one. But of course, these are not the prices we should be looking for, because we always have to add a margin of safety. I use a 30% one, and that makes me comfortable that even if my estimates are a bit off, I should not lose a lot of money. So, with the margin of safety, we have a price of $59 in the low scenario, $141 in the medium, and $387 in the high one. And the current price is $214. So, if we believe that Elon Musk's predictions for the next year are realistic and that they can be repeated over a number of years, then Tesla looks like a decent investment opportunity. But if we believe that they should outperform the market by a factor of 5 or even 10, then it still looks too expensive at the current price. So here we have an exceptional company that is as eccentric as its creator. And Tesla and Elon are just so unpredictable that any scenario is possible. And for me, even though I'm amazed at the things that Elon achieved in a lot of fields, that big of an unknown makes it even harder to invest. And I would really appreciate if you would write in the comments, what do you think about Tesla, and not only as a company, but also as an investment at the current price. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I would really appreciate if you would like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. And see you in the next one. Bye bye.